can't believe that I've done so much effort today that I've actually caused my headphones to die. Before, a lot of the time was also spent maxing them out on volume so I could do stuff in the kitchen while listening to music. But okay, let's go throw the rest of this Farium away, because I don't need it. I think the Farium I have in here is fine, so let's just throw this. Hello? Oh, manage depot. There we go. Throw this in there. Okay, now let's work on whatever the hell I was doing. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the hub. No. Let's go here and remember what the fuck I was doing. So I'm working on Buck A so that I can start selling it, so that I can start getting enough Valley Bills to create the high-level armor. Yeah, I was going to do it all on this side. So what did I need? I did this so I could make stuff. What all did I need? Oh, the grinder. That's what I was making. Right. So if I go here, wrong button. I need... Yeah, I need one grind, or I need 2 grinding units. And that's what I was doing here. So let's go make 2 grinding units. Perfect. That's 2 grinding units. Okay. Let's go ahead and connect them all together. Let's do depot, refining, shredding. Let's see. All right, I took the depot unit out. Place a hotbar onto the top of the electric mining rig. And there was something else I think I took out. I don't remember what it was. I'll figure it out later. Let's do... So I can put it here. So this, and then it was... I've already forgotten. It took too long to find it. And then I forgot. Okay, let's just start from that. Refining, shredding, grinding. So let's do refining. Shredding. I remember why. I remember that I was putting this here for a different reason. Let's stash this real quick. Let's move you. Well, no, let's keep you there. Let's actually move you. No, let's keep you there. No, actually, no, we do need to move you. Yeah, that should work. Do that, refining, shredding. Oh. And then we need the grinding unit. Refining, shredding, grinding. You remember what I'm doing? Then I need a refining, molding, filling. Oh, hold on. Let me grab... molding. And then where's the filling unit? There it is. So what was it? Refining, again, molding, and then filling. And then molding. That's the wrong way around. And then filling. Go ahead and move a protocol stash over here. Okay. So refine, shred, grind, refine, mold, fill. Refine, shred, grind, refine, mold, fill. Okay, good. So that's that entire setup done. Next, we need to do the other part. So right next to it, I should have the yeah, let's get the, on the far end, I'm going to put the powder here, the buckflower powder, directly into a grinding unit. I need 3 outputs. I did save an output over here. So this output is going to be... This output is going to be sandleaf powder. And it's going to go into this grinding unit. So that one's saved. So I don't need to worry about this grinding unit, or this powder. So for here, I need the thing for buckflower powder, and the thing for the other grinding powder. So I need 2 more depot unloaders. And now I have the stuff to make it, because I made sure to reset that. So let's go. I need 1, 2. There we go. 2 depot unloaders. So let's go and fully set up this side. I need simply to go into... I need a planting unit. Plant, shred, grind. So we're going to plant. Yeah, I do need a separate one. Plant, shred. And then I need another grinding unit here. And I have just barely enough space for it. Where the... Is it because it's slightly outside the range? That's probably why, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna just ditch the planting unit entirely. And we're just gonna go straight to grinding. Straight to shredding. Straight to shredding. We're gonna take this other grinding unit. We're gonna move it here. And then this grinding unit should feed straight into this. So yeah, we have the buck flower coming in. We got the buck flower seeds. No, we have the buck flower coming in and going straight to the shredding unit. And then that's going directly here to the grinding unit. How much buck flower do I actually have in here? Not a whole lot. I can fix that, just not here. I should have enough space in the other one for that. Okay, so... Hello, guys. This refining unit should be taking ferrium ore into this refining unit. I'm realizing an issue. Wait, no, never mind. That is just fine. Okay, and then this slot here should be giving the powder. So I'm going to select these, and they are going to move into each other correctly. So that goes through there. Hold on. Wait, what? No. What? No, stop. What the fuck are you doing? I am... Hold on. Stash and progression like start over. This slot goes here. Move over one. Do that. This can then go into the grinding unit. This goes directly into this shredding unit. This shredding unit goes into this refining unit. This refining unit goes directly into this grinding unit. This depot unloader goes into this shredding unit. What in the... This shredding unit's backwards. God fucking damn it! There we go. Now, where were we? This goes into here. I was wondering why I was acting all weird. This thing then goes directly into this grinding belt, or grinding unit. This grinding unit then comes out and goes into this filling unit. This filling unit will then fill this protocol stash. This grinding unit will then feed into this refining unit, which will feed into this molding unit, which will feed into the filling unit. Everything should be connected now. Now I just need this depot unloader to be buck flour, and this one to also be sand leaf powder. So the sand leaf powder is the main thing currently having issues. I forgot to do this part. Powder directly into the grinding. So yeah, currently my sand leaf powder production is the main issue. So I'm gonna go fix that. So yeah. Currently the only production of it is over here, and it's very, very limited. So we are going to set up an entirely new planting facility for it. It is going to be humongous. I'm going to throw seeds into. I'm going to throw my all of my sand. I'm going to throw sand leaf into a single planting unit. That single planting unit is going to go because I'm pretty sure. How much does it give? Oh, it is 1-to-1. I thought it was multiple. Whatever. Um, that is an issue. Whatever. We're gonna go over and fix this issue. Hopefully. Again, we have a bunch of available slots, so I'm just going to use the one that's over here. I'm going to have this go directly into here. This is going to go into 2 more planter units. One of these is going to go into another seed picking unit, which is also going to go into another 2 planting units. Beep, 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 beep. Heebie, heebie. Heebie. Fuck. Transport belt, stop. Nope. Transport production line. Switch item. I need this to be sand leaf. You can go back in here. Okay. Heebie jeebie. Heebie. Heebie. Heebie teebie. Heebie P. Heebie P. PBB. Heebie PB PB. Fuck. Heebie PB. Heebie PB. Heebie PB. Heebie PB. Heebie. Puberty. Puberty. PDB. PBDB. PBD. Peeb. Heebie-deebie. Peebie. I'm not stupid. Leave me alone. Then I need. Where is it? It's supposed to be on the top, I think. Where's fucking Pembrokeshire? There we go. Boom. Heebie-jeebie. Okay, one other thing I need to do is I need to do placing hotwire. I don't need any more molding units. I need power on a lot of things. Bang. This should fix our sand leaf problem. Hopefully. I'm also going to, over here, put a shredder right here. That is just going to go immediately back into the system. And I'm going to set this port to Sandleaf. And it is just going to go in here. And it is still powered, so I don't have to worry about it. This should fix our issues with Sandleaf power. Sandleaf production's big. Sandleaf powder should also start going up now. But to see if it is, we have to go back to this, and this should be producing the correct stuff, hopefully. I do also have to make another thing for buckleaf again. Buckleaf is a particular issue of mine. Everything here is unpowered. Yeah, I forgot about that. We are going to place a shit ton of power lines everywhere. Everything here should be getting powered now. Everything here should be getting powered now. And you are the last thing that needs to get powered, so let's just put this here. This filling unit should now be producing Buck Capsule A. I did it. It's working. I'm getting buck flower powder. Or I need to make actual buck flower powder now. That is still a problem. Or to be specific, I need to make buck flower. Luckily, I left another slot over at the core AIC area. Hopefully, we get more areas soon. Because I am running out of area in a lot of places. And again, I had that entire section in there for the one thing. So I need more area and I need more depot bus spots. Oh yeah, this thing is clogging pretty fast. I don't actually have a way. I was about to say I don't have a way of fixing that, but that is a blatant lie. It's called the protocol stash. And it's getting powered by multiple things, so that's good. There we go. Now it shouldn't be getting clogged at all, so... Pog. Look at that. Now the shredding unit should be getting less clogged over time. Now let's go fix the issue with buck flowers. So I'm going to do the same setup I have over here. So I need two seed pickers and 4 planters. So let's make 2 seed pickers, 4 planters. Luckily I have a shit ton of carbon. I stockpiled to hell and back on that stuff. Okay. So again, it's buck flower comes out into here. Which then goes into two planting units. You know what? That's fine, actually. Pink. Bonk. And just set you to buck flower. No, I still can. And then I need to make sure the others over here are powered. They're probably not. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, my yield of Stanley power is slightly higher. But now we should be getting Buck Capsule A in a decent-ish supply, which will fix our Valley Bill issue by a good amount. It'll make it more consistent. Look at that. They're 70 each too. I'm gonna go sell my last 3 capsule C's that I made, and then I'm gonna go and sell like all of my Auriga Crust. Then I'm gonna go sell a bunch of my amethyst parts, not all of it, just most of it. And keep it on that, because that's the thing I want to be stockpiling the most of. I'm at 20,000. So now I'm going to finally craft a whopping 2 pieces of equipment. Yes, you heard that right. A whopping 2 pieces of gear. Because this shit is expensive. Oh my god. Yeah, I think I was doing this one. The arts intensity is useless, but it's still the best set. Bumping inefficiency is nice, though. Look at that.
Let's go over the battle plan once more, shall we?
Oh, I want you to know he's going from 253.91 with 1434 to
Sir Quartermaster, proper armament is the first step toward victory.
275.66, 1470. The difference actually is negligible. But I feel like the difference will change a lot when I get to the other 2 pieces. I'll tune this the moment I can. What the hell is this? Umbranix? Oh. Oh no. Well, I can't upgrade this anymore, but that's fine. Definitely need to work on his main levels, though. But yeah, I can finally start making gear. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, moves depot. I don't need any of this in my inventory. Sort. I need 10 electric pylons and 21 relay towers. Uh, 21 of you. Oh, right, I don't have any Auriga Crust on me. I can't do anything because I'm out of objects. Alright, 12 is good enough. Why not? Is there a single pylon? There is a single pylon in here. That's not what I meant to press at all. That's because stuff is getting shifted around a bunch. Yeah, there's the butt capsules. Oh yeah. We also have 30. We still have 30 crystal. Those freaking fairing components are going to sit there for so long. I literally never have to use them. This is so funny. Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at my power. I'm finally starting to use some of it. I went up to 820. I literally doubled my power usage for this, by the way. So in short, I have made this. It is a small production line that takes the fairy ore, it refines it. I think it's better if I do this. It's a small thing that takes ferrium ore from here. It refines it into what's it called? Oh, it just calls it ferrium. And that ferrium goes into this fitting unit, which turns them into ferrium parts, and they get sent back into here. Right here, we have a sport that's putting out the sand leaves. They are going into the seed picking unit, which is going into two planting units. One of the planting units is going into one of the planting units is going into a seed picking unit, which is going into two more planting units, and the other planting unit is just coming out here, along with the other two planting units that are here. They are converging here and going back into the list. You can ignore this. This is just my standard order press production. Over here, we have a shredding unit. It is just a thing that is taking the more sand leaves, putting them into a shredding unit, putting them back into the list. And then some of it's going to the particle stash just to make it a little faster out of the shredding unit. Everything over here is normal. Anything else over here? Oh yeah, we have this now. First of all, this amethyst unit is still here. I just made it smaller. This unit is taking out some buckleaf, putting it into a seed picking unit, which is going into two planting units. One is not powered. How did I... I forgot to power the second one, apparently. Okay. This seed picking unit is then going into two more planting units to produce more buckleaf, which is going back in. Okay, now if I have to go to the other place, Valley Pass, Sub-PAC Refugee Camp, we go back into top down, because this area is way more complex. Like, oh my god, is it more complex. Okay. So pretty much this entire thing, with a single exception, is doing like the same shit. So let's talk about this area over here. This is my main way of gaining. This entire section over here is all of my production of all my valley stock bills now. It is, if we start here, this slot here is just taking more of my sandleaf powder and throwing it into this grinding unit. That's it. This depot unloader is taking ferrium ore, putting it into a refining unit, which is then producing ferrium, going into a shredding unit, which is producing ferrium powder, which is then going into this grinding unit. Those two together are going into this refining unit to produce steel, apparently. It's blue for whatever reason, which is then going into this molding unit to produce steel bottles, which are then going into this filling unit, and then I have to go back. This depot unloader is taking out buckleaf, which is going into the shredding unit, which is then going into this grinding unit. And this other depot unloader is, guess what? Sandleaf powder, which is going into this grinding unit along with buckleaf powder, and it's going into this it's producing ground buck flour powder, which is then going into this filling unit with the steel bottles to produce buck capsule A, which is then going into this protocol stash. It does take a while because the steel bottles are incredibly slow. So that is one thing that I will have. I might fix in the future, but it's not entirely necessary. It's just slower. And then now we have to go into all of this. This side is by far the most complicated, and it's what I need the valley. It is part of one of the reasons I needed to make the valley stock bills. So it's pretty much the only reason I'm using ferrium too. So this side, well, also because I need ferrium to craft stuff, but that's a different thing entirely. So this site here is just producing the... Well, actually, I should probably start with this entire thing here, which really isn't doing anything anymore. In fact, let me... Where is it? Depot unloader. putting another depot letter, placing it over here. Placing it back, because this was original here. What? No, no, no. There we go. Oh my god. Okay, I took it all out. Okay, this needs to be Sandleaf. Anyway, Sandleaf comes out from in here and into this. The seed picker takes the pit seeds and puts them into both a planter, or into two planters. One of those planters is feeding back into the seed picking unit, and the other is going into this refining, or the shredder, which is then producing, going back in the protocol unit. Then you have this one, which is taking some of that powder and going through here. Some of that powder is going back into here, because I don't, or sorry, no. This is taking some of the buck flour, or the sand leaf, and putting it back into here. And then it's going into this grinder. This grinder is, of course, taking stuff from here first. This originium goes in, it produces originium powder. This originium powder goes into here, and is producing dense originium powder. That is then going to put into a refiner, which is turning it into dense originium crust powder, which is then going into this other refiner, which is turning that into packed auriga crust, which then goes around into this gearing unit. This slot is taking amethyst and going to the refiner to make amethyst fiber, which is then getting ground into amethyst powder, which is then getting put into this grinding unit, which, along with this other one, which is, you guessed it, sandleaf powder, which is going into this cryston, or this grinding unit, along with the amethyst powder to create cryston powder. That cryston powder is then getting put through a refiner to create cryston fiber, which then go into the gearing unit along with the packed auriga crust to create cryston components, which is then going back. All of this is to make cryston components. Yeah, it's a complex process. And yeah, all of that just to make the one thing. And I quite like this process. It is a bit slow, but unlike the other games where you're constantly having to, you're constantly having to get on, then waste some of your resin or whatever to get your stuff, and then you get absolutely nothing from that, and then you do that the next day. And it's just an infinite loop, which is why I had to put like a 1 week restriction on myself for any time I'm grinding artifacts for a character. If it takes me longer than a week, I just stop. But yeah, you just do all this effort once, and then like this thing is doing this volley stock builds, and then I just open the gear assembly menu, and then I craft it. That's it. Also, I'm realizing it takes 50 and not 20 for some reason. Well, I guess it's been a bit since I've had to do this. Last time I crafted stuff was down here. I skipped blue and went straight to purple. Alright. Now let's see if I got... Do I have a decent amount of stuff now? Oh, I have 13, which immediately gives us 900. So that's much better than the stuff I was doing before. These are 70 per compared to the 10 per I was doing before. So it's a 7 times increase. And it's still quite fast. Relatively speaking. It is more efficient. I can optimize this a bit, especially with the molding units being incredibly slow. Mostly just because the refining units are slow. So that is a problem I can fix at a later date. Not right now, though. What I can do is eventually go to here and expand my depot bus slot, as I need another depot bus. When I do air expansion too, I can also get even more depot buses. But I'm currently dealing with what I got. The sub PAC will always be smaller, so I'm not really too worried about that. I'll mostly just expand that so I can make this more efficient. That's the only reason I do it. Well, you know, I think I can actually do it right now. Hold on, let me try some. I can make it temporarily faster. I can put like a protocol unit here, which will take, which can from a different spot take dense variant powder from somewhere else through just a separate little thing of this. And then I can take a thing and it goes through a refining unit, through a second molding unit, and then gets put out here. But the problem is I'd have to manually refill it. If I get the second Diva bus, though, it still won't work because the grinding units are huge, dude. They are massive. That's the problem with a lot of these. There are 6 wide units like this, like the filling unit, the grinding unit, the gearing unit. Which other ones are 6 wide? Oh, the planting units are all 6 wide, which unfortunately makes them pretty unwieldy to work with in confined spaces, especially because I only need 2 slots. 1 input, or 2 inputs, and then a third for an output is literally all I need. They could be too wide, it would make a difference most of the time. Unfortunately, you can't choose how big they are. But, you know, that's fine. That's how the stuff. It's like realistically, it's probably because it needs to be that big in lore to do its job, which makes sense. That's why micro LEDs are such a big issue. It's because it's really hard to make them that small and still have them work the same. Otherwise, I think I'm finished here. I think I can just like leave and go to the other accounts or work on other stuff in the game. I do still need to work on. I need to finish exploring the other areas. That's a big thing. Ugh, nice and stretched. Let me try this stuff. I feel like it might be too spicy. I feel like they put too much buffalo in this. I wonder if I'll try it though. Yeah, too much buffalo. Yeah, it is a bit too much buffalo for my taste. I'll ask Mark. I'll see if Mark wants it. Cool. How much else is she here? The last bit was much faster than the beginning. Still took about 2 hours though.